The next 6 weeks are going to be very, very interesting, and we're very telling for what we can expect for Toronto real estate prices moving forward. I mean, historically, April is the best time to be a seller. It's typically the month where the prices are the absolute highest at any price point during the year, but I think we're trying to figure out, is it really going to shake out the same way in 2022? Because frankly, price growth is ahead of schedule right now, and it's at the point where we've already seen almost a year or 2 years of price growth happen in 3 to 4 months. So at some point, we're going to have a cooling off period, and I think we're entering that zone, and I want to discuss that in detail with you today and go over my 2022 spring market predictions. First of all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Raymond. I do run a real estate team here in Toronto and the Greater Toronto area, and thanks to all of you guys, we just crossed 500 subscribers on this channel, which is just so awesome that you guys are finding value in these videos. And if you're not already subscribed, we do have a giveaway coming up at 1,000 subscribers. We're going to give away a $500 Amazon gift card, and if you're trying to make sense of what the market is actually doing, or whether it actually makes sense to get into the market or sell a property at some point in 2022, the first link is in the bio. You can book a call directly with me, either for a buyer consultation, a seller consultation, or just a call to chat about real estate. So where do we go from here? I think the general consensus across the board is that the market today is not like what it was earlier this year. There's many factors that can be talked about. We can talk about the recent rate hikes, we can talk about the fact that buyers are just exhausted out there, but I really just think we're hitting that tipping point where we're gonna have to see prices hover for a period of time. Now, when I say predictions, let's be honest, they are guesstimates. These are me looking at the data and then comparing it to what I'm seeing on a first-hand experience of actually being out there on the ground levels, selling out properties, and to try to put it all together and try to make sense of it for you. My first main prediction heading into the spring is that we're going to have more and more inventory hitting the market from April to May, as many of the sellers prepping their properties now are doing so based on the prices that they saw February and March, and this shouldn't be necessarily scare you if you're a seller. I don't think that prices are going to completely drop off. In fact, I think they're going to hold really strong. Now, if you're going to be one of these people coming to the market specifically with a freehold property in the next 2 months, you have to make sure that you are setting the correct expectations for what you're looking to get. Don't just cherry pick the one sale that happened at the one moment where some buyer probably overpaid for it and say, well, my house has to be worth exactly what that is worth. Take a mixture and take a look at what sold in January, what sold in February, and what sold in March, April, and come to an expectation of, okay, if I knew I was going to get this price, I'd still be very happy with it, because we're getting to the point now in the market where home prices are stabilizing. Second prediction is that prices are going to hover for the next 3 to 4 months. That's a big statement to make, and obviously, micro markets are going to be different. There's going to be some segments of the market that continue to see price growth. Some segments I think are going to see minor corrections. It may go down 5 to 10% from what they were selling for January, February, March. But we saw such a run up in prices already in the first 3 months of the year, and if you look back to last year, very similar things happened. Last year, most of the growth, 75% of all the growth across Toronto real estate market actually happened in the first 4 months of the year. Then we hovered over the summer and then jumped up again in the fall. I have a pretty good suspicion we're going to see it play out very similar in 2022. My third prediction is that you're going to start actually seeing properties coming out listed at the price that they want. And this is going to be a nice change for the buyers, because for the last 24 months, we're basically guessing. Okay, well, what does a seller want and how many other offers am I up against? I still think there will be some multiple offer situations for the cream of the crop listings, but overall, I'm very optimistic about what the market's going to look like moving forward. And with the restrictions lifted here in Ontario now, people are living their lives and people are doing things, and people are going to enjoy the summers, and people are going to start taking vacations, and because that is happening, we are less laser focused on real estate, which means we're going to have an overall kind of cooling of the market, which will be a good thing. I fully understand that real estate is a hot topic, But what we're seeing right now is people saying, well, this is exactly what's happening in this moment, because this sale that happened last week, like that's like looking at the stock market one day and then being down and then jumping up the next day. We have to think about real estate long term. And you notice if you're my client, I always preach this. Make decisions with a 10-year horizon that will potentially put you in a position that you're gonna like in the future. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this, give the video a thumbs up. I appreciate that. I love to know what you all think. How do you think this is gonna play out this year? Do you agree with me or do you disagree with me? Either way, I'll hang out in the comment section and chat with all of you. Have an amazing day, and remember, at HAUS Real Estate, we put people first.